A man felt he deserved death. Without hesitation, he grabbed a gun and pointed it at himself. The man's name was Lee. The night before, due to his carelessness, a fire broke out, killing his 3 children. At the police station, 2 officers, with faces full of sympathy, took Lee's statement. Lee sat across from them, completely dejected, his eyes red, recounting in detail the tragic events of the previous night. Lee had friends over late at his house. His wife was unhappy, and used the children's bedtime as an excuse to ask everyone to leave. But Lee was still caught up in the festivities, unable to let go of the joy. After finishing the remaining alcohol alone, he added some wood to the stove, then hurriedly left for the supermarket to buy more drinks. Halfway there, Lee wasn't sure if he'd forgotten to close the stove's fire guard, but he took a chance, thinking it wouldn't be a big deal. When he returned, the sight before him made him break down instantly. Raging flames had consumed his home. The fire wasn't extinguished until the next day. Firefighters carried out 2 black bags from the ruins, containing his beloved daughters, while his youngest son had been completely consumed by the flames, leaving no remains. His wife wept hysterically, overwhelmed with grief, until she passed out from lack of oxygen, and was rushed away in an ambulance. After telling his story, the man fell silent, quietly awaiting legal judgment. But the police didn't harshly condemn Lee. Instead, they gently consoled him, telling him to find peace. Since forgetting to close the stove wasn't a crime, the police thoughtfully arranged transportation to take him home. However, this kindness only caused Lee unbearable pain and torment. He wanted to face proper punishment, even if it meant paying with his life. Lee couldn't understand the police's kindness. He had committed an unforgivable sin, yet somehow escaped legal consequences. He deserved to die. So when an officer passed by, Lee suddenly acted on impulse, and grabbed the officer's gun, then without hesitation pointed it at himself. But the safety was on, and while Lee fumbled to release it, the officers swarmed him, stopping his attempt. His wife divorced him, and Lee moved away from his hometown of Manchester, to Boston where no one knew him. Now Lee lives in a basement apartment, managing maintenance for 4 buildings in the community. For years, Lee has worked diligently, but rarely receives positive feedback, because he always wears a stern expression, like a walking corpse. When beautiful women try to talk to him, he ignores them. When 2 men whispered about him, he immediately confronted them with his fists. At night in his basement, Lee falls asleep on the couch with the TV on, whether from numbness or the peace that follows despair. Days pass one by one, hoping Lee will pull it.